soul? Where is it? Answer me. Answer. I'm asking you a very hyper-specific question on where your soul is. This is Midnight Sky. The Midnight Sky, we ask the questions. We also ask the answers. It's not just one big question. It's also one big fluid conversation where I monologue for 35 minutes and then we take callers for 2. Now, we got Derek. Derek, we want to briefly talk about a couple of our sponsors here before getting into today's topic, which is you look up in the sky and you see a mirror, but what is that mirror? Is it a reflection of you, or is it the reflection of the sky? And we got a few callers that are going to be talking about that. Derek, we need to get through a couple of sponsors here. Why don't you take it away?
Thanks. So, Kendall's on the Lake. If you've never been to Kendall's on the Lake, get your butt down there because they have German and Indian food, and it's finally in your neck of the woods. Come on down, Kendall's on the Lake, the newest food for you.
That's right.
And that's just a wonderful place.
I love Kendall's on the Lake, Derek. I went there. I ordered Indian food. I actually got German food, though. So they kind of messed up my order, but I still really liked it. It was great.
Wonderful. Another great selection is Tristman Select. And when you want to go quality, there's no other choice but to go with something that says Select. Tristman Select.
What do you like about Tristman's before we go into the callers here? Derek, what do you like about Tristman Select? I like all the different variants.
Well, my favorite thing is I can go in there any time of day or night, and even if I don't know what I want, Tristman Select makes the selection for me.
That's right. Tristman Select, along with Kendall's on the Lake, 2 proud sponsors of Midnight Sky. Now, we got our first caller here. We got a caller, yes, San Diego, you are on the line. What is up in the sky? Is it a big mirror, or what is it? Is it the moon? San Diego, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I had a question about that the other day. I was out at night, and I saw that it wasn't like an eclipse, like where the moon covers the moon, but whatever. But I saw the moon wasn't quite at full. It wasn't fully fledged. It was like half fledged. Yeah, and I wanted to know what it was doing.
The full fledgel of the moon was not. It just wasn't there. To be honest with you, last night, even though it was a full moon, I wasn't even sure what I was looking at. I thought I saw 2 moons. Did you see that? Were there 2 moons last night, or was I had been drinking? I've been drinking a lot of.
I didn't have my bifocals with me, but it could have been something along those lines.
San Diego, the question is this. By the way, thank you so much for calling in. You're our first and only caller for the last 3 hours. What was in the sky last night? Was it the moon, or was it a giant mirror?
I'm gonna go with that. I think it was the moon, but I'd never seen it. How it had been.
You say the moon very, very in a calm way. You're not nervous about the moon, are you, San Diego?
No, I think the moon is a bringer of good things and harvest in the sea. So we need the moon, but I just don't know what it thinks it's doing, being half.
I don't get, what is the moon doing, caller? What is it doing? What does it actually do? Do we need it?
Well, the moon's gravitational pull actually is responsible for the waves and the high tide and the low tide on the Earth.
Don't let the science media get to you, caller. That is the science media infiltrating your ears, and it's infiltrating your life. That is not what the moon is there for. Trust me.
Tell me what the truth is then.
The truth is this, and this is something you're not going to hear in the science book. You're not going to hear it in the physics book. You're not going to hear it. It's because they are afraid, caller. San Diego, they're afraid. I'm the one that knows what it's there for. Remember what I said last week? In fact, it might have been 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'm a first-time listener.
All right. Anyway, I said this. The moon is there only by the governments. San Diego, you still there?
I think we lost the line.
Anyway, okay, thank you so much, San Diego. Let's go to this. I know, Derek, we need to get out a few more sponsors here, so why don't we go through one more sponsor, then we'll take a 5-minute break, then on to 2 more callers. Go ahead.
if you've ever been in the mood for fondue, then Kevin and Louie's on 10th Street is the place to go. Let me tell you, I went there last weekend with the wife and children, and I spent my whole paycheck, but damn, it was good.
Yeah, Derek, I saw your family there. Now, I know you didn't see me, but I was over in the corner, and you guys looked like you were having a great time. I was about to invite myself over. You had your kids. You had, is it Julian and Cesar? Both of them together. I just wanted to run up and snatch one of them away.
I bet you did.
All right. Well, this is Midnight Sky. We got a we have to ask ourselves the question: what are personality traits, and is everyone the same person? We'll ask ask that question, and then we'll answer. We'll ask that question and answer that question coming up right after this. They say I'm crazy. I've heard it 1,000 times. My mom has said it. My dad has said it. Our program director has said it. My priest said it. The rabbi said it. Everyone in my world says that I'm crazy. I'm not. And you have to believe me. The listener has to know this. Welcome back to Midnight Sky. Derek, we got a few promos here to read for some upcoming events, items, some local businesses. That's what we always want to talk about here on Midnight Sky. Usually we talk about these things for a good 10 minutes. Then we get into the actual content of the show. Derek, take it away.
You know, some companies have a price guarantee. Some companies have a refund guarantee. Well, here at Brett Paul Jewelers, they guarantee that when you buy a stone or some piece of jewelry for your loved one, she has to love you. Guaranteed. Brett Paul Jewelers.
Brett Paul Jewelers. I went there and I picked out my wife's wedding ring there. Now, I've never actually met a woman in my life. I just don't know any. But I went there and I picked out the biggest diamond ring that I could find. And Brett, he gave me a great price. I bought it. Now it hides underneath my pillow at night, and that's where I keep it, and that's where eventually my future wife will find it. Just like the tooth fairy. That's what my dad always taught me. Let's Derek. Sorry, we got one last read through here. Then we have to ask the listeners the question: what is personality? I've got a lot of it, but we'll let the listeners decide what personality is. Derek, take it away.
Now, if you're looking for a breakfast with personality, you should try Triple Stacks Pancake House. They have pancakes that are so big, they're not only going to knock your socks off, you could practically build a house with them. They're so thick and flapjacky. They're the
Derek,
best.
do you like pancakes or do you like waffles? I prefer waffles.
Well, you know what they say about these pancakes is that they're so thick, you might think they're waffles if you just took a side view of them.
Are pancakes... Now, the pancakes are the flat ones. Waffles are the ones with the indents. What are the ones that have a flat side and then an indented side? What are those?
I think those are called crepes or something I've never heard of.
I'm just a little intimidated. When I go into some of these restaurants and I don't know what something is, and I try to ask them, I want a flat side and I want an indent inside, and they look at me like they want to kick me out, and then I stand up in front of them and I hold my fork up to their throat. They want to throw me out, Derek. See, let's go to Portland. Portland, you've been on the line here for about 45 minutes. You have a question for us.
Yes, I had a question about the personality.
That's
thing.
right.
And I was wondering that I went to school and I never graduated because, well, I guess I didn't have the personality for it. I maybe not the brains either, but I was just wondering what it means when someone says that they can't be with you because your personality sucks.
Here's what I have to say about personality. Everyone that you see, day-to-day interactions on the street, in your mind, these people that you see, they're all different personality traits of one main person. You understand what I'm saying? You walk by one person, they may be tall. That is the tall personality trait. You see somebody short, fat, stupid, dumb, ugly, all these different things. All those are different personality traits of one person on Earth. Now, we don't know who this one person is. It may be you, it may be me, it may be a friend down the street or across the globe, but there's only one person on Earth, and that person is schizophrenic, and everyone that they see is a different personality trait manifesting itself. Portland.
So what you're saying is that like a tall person a personality trait can not only be a personal thing, but also a physical stature. I just don't. I'm not. Maybe I'm missing the P's and the Q's here.
What are you asking me? You said a whole lot of
let's
words
say
there, and I didn't hear any of them.
Well, just listen. Let's say I'm like 7'2", and my friend Hosanna is 5'3". You're saying we're personality traits of one other being.
Yes.
Even though that we're different sizes.
Just like the Portland, you still there? Just like
We lost another
Shoot,
call.
well, Portland,
Damn
if
it.
you're still listening, just like the colors of the rainbow that are out there, each and every person has a different color. It may not manifest itself to the highest ability. We don't know what this one main person looks like, but they definitely have the tall personality and the short personality, and I think that is a very clear analogy. Derek, I know we've only been talking for about 4 minutes here, but it's about time to take another 15-minute pause. Before we do, let's get to one last read-through.
If you've been looking to spice up your life, there's a few ways you can do it, and one of the best ways is to shoot yourself into some fun, into some good times down at Guns Emporium. This is just off of Chesswater, 10th, and Bravo. It's a 3-way intersection, and just come down to Guns Emporium.
I love guns so much. However, my background check does not allow me to own 15, 16, 17 guns. That is my...
Now, is that just a personality trait coming through from the being?
A lot of people would say that. However, I have a feeling it's what my psychiatrist has told Guns Emporium. I've been in there, and they don't allow me to have multiple guns. Derek, let's go to a break. This is Midnight Sky on WCCKTT-WV. Also online at WCTTKV.com/org. I believe in the Midnight Sky. Do you?
Somebody help me.
Welcome back to Midnight Sky, the show that has more answers, more questions, more variety. We ask those questions than any other show. You go out there. In fact, what I encourage you to do is to change the channel, and you'll eventually find your way back to us. I guarantee
I've
it.
tried it, and I've found my way back every single time.
You see that? Derek
Even though
knows
I
what
work
it's all.
here.
Derek knows what it's at. Derek, and we have to ask the listeners a question. In fact, we were talking about this about 3 years ago, last April. We were talking about how many colors there are. Now, we have not answered that question yet, but we have had a patient listener for the first, they've been online for about 5 hours now. We got someone all the way over in Chutney. Chutney, you're on the line. How many colors are there?
Yeah, I've been doing some research about this topic, and I think that while we know that there are certainly a good number of colors, do we even know that colors themselves are even a thing?
No, we don't. To answer that question very succinctly with one word, it's no. Colors are so varied. I look at some colors and I think, wow, that's not even something that should be allowed on this planet. And I look up to God and I blame Him. Do you blame God for some of the colors that you see color, Chutney?
Well, I do, because I've become an atheist because of it, and it's not. And I see the colors, and they're just looking back at me, and I know that they're not even there.
What does a color say to you?
I still see them.
What does a color say to you?
It says to me, it flies in my own face, and says that even though you know I'm not here, look at me.
How about numbers? Well, how many Hello, Chutney? How many numbers are there?
Lost another caller. Damn it.
Chutney, okay. We'll take one last caller here. Derek, why don't we go through this one last read through here, and then I believe we got Minneapolis online for asking their question on how many numbers there is. Actually, it's our question, so they're answering it. Go ahead, Derek.
Come over to Vinegar Stop, because if you like vinegar,
I do.
you really like it?
I do.
Well, you're gonna love our vinegar, and it doesn't matter what's in it. Just don't even read the label, because we don't even put one on there. Vinegar Stop is your one-stop shop for vinegar. And they ended with a question mark, so that's why I read it that way.
Derek, I put vinegar on almost everything. My cereal, my milk. I put vinegar on almost everything. Derek, I was over at your house a few days ago. You weren't there, and it seemed like you were running low on your vinegar supply, so I stocked you up from the vinegar stop. Hopefully you like balsamic infused vinegars. I love it, and I think your family, I know Jacqueline, she likes it too. How old is she?
We're all allergic, and that's not her name. It was Cerbina or something.
Vinegar stop, I absolutely love it. Minneapolis, you've been waiting patiently. You want to answer this question. How many numbers are there, and what do numbers actually mean?
Yeah, this is Big Joe.
Yeah.
And I think we've spoken on your show before. This little candy ass show you got here.
Sure.
And I numbers to me, it doesn't matter as long as you can plus together the ones and the twos, and as long as you get at least a 3. So you can take this question and shove it where the sun don't shine.
Let's cut that one
We
off
lost another call.
right there, Derek. You know, when we have detractors, when we have negative speakers, when we have those who want to beat us down, who want to take the children of the Midnight Sky program and beat them over the head with a shovel, those are the people that I really, truly want to pray for. So whatever God, whatever deity you may believe in, Derek, what God or deity do you believe in?
Muhammad.
There you go. So let's look up, and we'll say God, Muhammad, Moses, Kiflam, any of them out there. Please have pity on that Big Joe. It was Big Joe, right, in Minneapolis, or Minneapolis caller.
Yeah, I think his name was Big Joe, and we've heard him from a couple partner podcasts in the past. But he sneaks his way onto these shows, and he has his way with you, and then he hangs up.
So this Big Joel, let's just make sure that we
No, I think it's Big Joe.
got it. Let's pray for him, whatever it may be, whatever God you believe in, even if it's a minor God like Buddha. Let's pray and let's believe and let's keep praying and let's keep believing. Derek, this is Midnight Sky.
Yeah.
This is Midnight Sky.
Just end it.
All right, on WCTK, VVT, also online. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Vinegar Stop, along with Guns Emporium, Triple Stacks, Pancake House, Brett Paul Jewelers, saying, she has to love you. That's guaranteed. This is Midnight Sky, and I guess I already gave out my intro. From all of us here, I want to say this should have been a much quicker show. 5 hours is way too long.
Yeah, we blew it again.